I don't know about you, but I'm trying to get that beach body, that P90X, Brad Pitt, Bradley Cooper, Tyrese, Trey Songz, Matthew McConaughey, beach body. I'm trying to sweat in front of everybody. I mean, really. I'm already curious why my waist is thicker than usual. Upper chest needs work. Why is my waist so thick? My arms aren't big enough compared to my upper chest. I could critique myself all day in the mirror, and the thing is, I haven't even turned to the back. Some years ago, a man named Tim walked into my office. Tim did not fit the stereotype of a person with an eating disorder. For starters, he was male. He was large and muscular when most of my clients were thin and skinny. Everything Tim said and did was familiar to me, except with one crucial point of distinction. His punishing eating habits and his exercise routine, along with his drug use, were aimed at achieving muscularity, not thinness. Tim had muscle dysmorphia. It was professional bodybuilders who first noticed it, living and training in the outdoor famous gyms of Muscle Beach. They called it bigorexia. According to the Journal of Athletic Training, muscle dysmorphia, nicknamed bigorexia, is increasing both in the United States and in the rest of the world. While eating disorders have typically been associated with women, men are the victims of bigorexia. Many of them refusing to see that they even have a problem. Often appearing very healthy on the outside, those suffering from a need to feel increasingly lean and buff are often very sick on the inside. So, the documentary Bigorexia, Never Buff Enough, a TED Talk on muscle dysmorphia given by Scott Griffiths, and the poetry Beach Bodies by David Fasciana and Gabrielle Baralaga, who will raise awareness on this obsession, because bigger is not always better. Look at my biceps. They're kind of puny, they're kind of chunky, but I've been working on them. We can be mods. I can take my shirt off mad sexy. This is a picture of me when I was younger. I'm about 10 or 11 and I weighed about 200 pounds. And yeah, that was when I got teased. Shamu was my nickname, you know? The killer whale at SeaWorld. But muscle dysmorphia is not limited to professional bodybuilders, just like anorexia is not limited to runway models. And it sort of doesn't start with the sufferers wanting to have larger-than-life muscles. The beginnings are a lot more humble than that. Common among sufferers are stories of being bullied in school for being too scrawny or fat, or difficult relationships with family members, loved ones, and partners. I think I'm weak. I think I'm fat. I think I'm ugly. The beach is no place for a whale like me, for a minivan on E. I want to be Baywatch bearable. Broken bottle cut. Have you seen my muscles and scars? You smell that? That's macho moisture. That's my back pose. My waist is looking good there. I just think it looks awesome, to be honest. To me, it's what men should look like. You're big, powerful, strong. Men aren't supposed to look like women. Boys, just like girls, are influenced by the bodies they are exposed to. Behind me, you see action figurines of Luke Skywalker and Han Solo from the original release of the Star Wars trilogy. On the right, we see the re-release. They've adopted that classic bodybuilder look of big arms, broad shoulders, and a muscular chest. Research shows this same pattern is increasing in television, movies, video games, and social media, but there is salvation in snack closets, on licked plates of seconds. At the bottom of a pint of ice cream, I use Haagen-Dazs as a morphine cylinder because she said my arms weren't strong enough to carry her. Of course, I always feel small. Already, I feel I spend too much time in the mirror in the morning. I would just look at it and leave. How can anyone love or enjoy what is here? It bothers my mind because I myself don't like what I'm seeing because I've critiqued it so much. I've taken an original red marker and analyzed every single spot. And so how can anyone else like it if I don't like it? Individuals with muscle dysmorphia spend over 5.5 hours each and every day thinking about their muscles and body size. They turn down important occasions so that they don't have to compromise their dieting or training. They endure frequent, painful bouts of social isolation as their relationships with family members, loved ones, and partners break down. Shame, guilt, anxiety, and embarrassment over one's body image becomes their predominant emotional landscape. So much so that in one study that looked at suicide and muscle dysmorphia, at least 50% reported at least one prior suicide attempt. Having a slow metabolism ruins everything. All of my friends will be in a tank top and I'll be in a hoodie. I'm good at zipping up my insecurities, thinking I'll sweat them out. I'm trying to get this beach body. I'm too skinny. I guzzle junk food like my mouth's a garbage chute. I'm trying to get this beach body. There are days when I feel disgusted with myself. And those are the days when I have not been consistent with the work that is required of me to reach a goal. And I tell myself, what are you doing? Why aren't you eating all your meals? Why are you only sleeping 2.5 to 3 hours a night? Why can't you just do the work like machine? We create the environment in which eating disorders can flourish. Muscle dysmorphia is just our latest overall obsession in our physical appearance. My hour-long workout routine consists of 5 minutes of push-ups on my bedroom floor, a denial mirror repelling my lanky limbs, 5 minutes of keeping my chin high above the bar of self-doubt, 10 minutes of placing 100 pounds of failure on my chest so it becomes the elephant in the room. Bring the camera. Look in the mirror. Let me break this down for you. My bicep head, it isn't at a large enough peak yet. It's quite flat. It needs to be a lot rounder. My triceps are too small for my shoulders, which means they're not symmetrical with my forearms. My legs and my back. So already when you ask me, do I live with it? Yeah, but I will continue to critique myself. I'll never stop. I've only hit 90% of my potential. I want the other 10%. What do we do about it? We fight back, be mad, and criticize standards that teach boys and men that the most important aspect of their self-worth is their physical appearance. And on an individual level, for those boys and men who do worry about their appearance, you have to seek help. And I know that's hard. I can stare at a camera intensely for 37 seconds straight and not blink. I can bathe in baby oil. I can run up and down the beach in slow motion. But I'm weary from trying to work out my irrational fears, drown them in a puddle of perspiration, shove the imperfections I should be proud of underwater. So yeah, I'm trying to get this beach body.